are these people?
Speaking of 9/11, it turns out they're now they're missing an F-35. It just so happens that today that we're getting, and I know, like, as far as I'm aware, like from what I was told, like they found it in like Charleston or something like that. I don't know. I'm not completely 100% aware, but we got reports this weekend that like an F-35 just on the pilot escaped, and now it's just, watch this, it's just gone.
Asking for the public's help in trying to find what? An F-35 fighter jet that went missing on Sunday near Charleston, South Carolina. Military describes it as a mishap. So how exactly did this?
A mishap. How many times, like, so exactly like the 2.3 trillion, right? Like, so, but how many times are we just going to let the Pentagon be like, oopsie?
Well, okay. So
like, if you were a company, right? Like if I came to you for like a service, right? Like if you were a restaurant, right? And I came to you with my hard-earned money. This is our money. This is $100 million of our own money, just fucking flying in the air with no. You want to get it?
Maybe I mean, I have slightly different thoughts on it. I don't think the DoD is missing anything. So
you go ahead, lay it out.
I mean, like at first it was like, oh, missing pilot. He's been treated. Blah blah blah. Have we seen the pilot yet? Have we actually seen the pilot? Have we seen the hospital he was admitted to? Have we seen any of that stuff? Because like my take on it is that we saw something we weren't supposed to see of a autonomous jet flying around, and now they're backtracking and we're like, oh, we're just missing it. Meanwhile, they're conducting AI drills right now. That's where my
so do you think so? Maybe it's the same sort of autopilot drone planes that they use to crash the Twin Towers.
Oh my god. I mean, like,
is that what
they have auto?
When we were in the, this is why I brought it up, is because like when we were talking about the 9/11 stream, the last time on the 9/11 stream, we were talking about the 9/11 drills that were happening that day. Right. You know that on the Corvette report, the 9/11 drills that were happening the same exact day.
The same day, yeah. There was like half a dozen of them or something. Yeah.
It reminds me. It's like they're doing the same thing. They're doing it again, and it just
happened.
It's the ghost of Kiev. Yeah, that's right.
Really, what it is. That's really what it is.
Military is not offering too many details. Only that a pilot was able to eject safely, then taken to a local hospital. The plane's location, however, is unknown, and Joint Base Charleston says anyone with information about that missing plane should reach out. CNN Pentagon correspondent.
Does anyone know? Does anyone happen to know?
There's a number of things that
they're reaching out to you guys. This is your money, by the way. It's $100 million of your money just flying around.
So what I'm curious about is, how does a jet go missing for 2 days? Because jet fuel doesn't exactly last for freaking 24 hours. Okay. You know, the only jets that are capable of staying in the air for freaking over a day are freaking like UAVs and SR-71s, which are no longer.
We have probably the most like comprehensive and best like TAS system in the entire world. Like after 9/11, you don't think that we don't have the skies on full radar? We have the entire Earth on fucking Google, or we have fucking satellites. You don't think we can find this? You don't think we can find this thing? You really don't like.
Well, so and then it kind of goes back to what I was thinking. Like, is this some more? It's like with the freaking aliens last week. Okay, which I knew immediately was BS. Okay, like I think it's just some more blue beam crap. Like they're just nonsense and just create chaos.
Until it ends up in like a fucking like I don't know. If anyone in the chat knows, I'm sure we're gonna get more news tomorrow. But like apparently,
my take is that an F-35 on a full tank of gas can probably stay in the air for what, maybe a couple hours. It's jet fuel.
Yeah, it's crashed already.
It's already crashed, right? So if it was running on autopilot, okay, ostensibly the GPS would still be active, right? So they'd be able to pinpoint it, no problem.
That's what I'm
They'd know where
saying.
that
Like,
is.
what? So
that's
when the
why.
pi-
That's
so
why
what
for
I'm-
me.
So I'm asking the question: when a pilot ejects a plane, does that mean the transponder turns off? Does that mean all the GPS?
No, this is why I think it was
You don't
AI
think they have that
fucking
shit
shut
on
that
like
shit off.
exactly? You don't think they had that shit on a grid? You don't think they track the exact coordinates of that shit? It's $100 million.
Dude.
$100 million. This is exactly what I'm saying. It's like that we're just happen to find these little mistakes. It's just little mistakes.
Little mistakes, like straight up. What's his name? The
How
painter
silly
from
is
back in the
that?
day.
Following the
Happy
story,
little mistakes.
Oren, I wonder what possible explanations they're looking into now. And a basic question I have is, wouldn't there be a tracker on something like this? It's a pretty valuable jet.
It certainly is, and there should be a way to track these flights, a transponder, certainly when it's flying over the United States and not flying over enemy territory. And that's one of the questions. Was the transponder working? If not, why wasn't it working?
Of course
Why?
it was working.
Maybe had it been switched off? What was the mission that it was on? All of this is either under investigation or a question we simply haven't gotten an answer to yet. This plane, an F-35B, was flying a training mission, or rather just flying a mission on Sunday afternoon, when something happened and the pilot ejected. As you point out, Jim, the pilot ejected safely. He was taken to a local hospital where he is stable.
Okay, so is there any actual evidence of a pilot? Is there any actual evidence of a pilot? That's what I want to
answer this one. I'm not caught up yet.
Like that's why my freaking spidey sense is tingling that they were running AI drills and the AI maybe it went rogue, maybe something happened, but like there's no reason why an $80 million jet just disappears. You know, and if there was some pilot,
there's absolutely no reason. Absolutely
no reason whatsoever. You know, whoever fucking who makes these jets,
just like
government, or I don't know who makes these jets, but it's obvious to me that they're pulling a fast one on us right now.
So the analogy I was trying to say before, like if you went to a company, like if you were a restaurant, and I came to you with my hard-earned money, $100 million for like the best like plate of like crab legs you could ever imagine, buttered and everything, right? And you give me like basically the equivalent of like shit and puke and the combination of like spit and saliva and blood mixed into a blender with some like dragon fruit, and you serve that on a plate, and you said, "Here you go." Like that's basically that's how the U.S. government operates. They just say, "Oops, sorry, no refunds." No.
Yeah, I mean, like,
there's no refunds.
And that's kind of the nature of when you have a Department of Defense that's controlled by private industry. It's like they're not trying to make the best product; they're trying to make the best product for the cheapest price, so that because it's just a grift at the end of the day. So who the fuck knows what happened?
Mm-hmm.
They're looking northwest of Charleston, near a couple of lakes in that area, but they've called on the public to help them out. And in a second here, we'll get to a list of the agencies that are helping at this point and the organizations. But the key here is finding this and finding what went wrong that led to this. The Lockheed Martin F-35B is a $100 million fighter jet, according to Lockheed Martin. It is supersonic, can go about Mach 1.6, and it costs about $42,000 an hour to operate, according to the Government Accountability Office. Not exactly a piece of equipment
that
you lose quickly or easily, or frankly, should lose at all. Congresswoman Nancy Mace, who represents Charleston, tweeted what a lot of us were thinking when she said this: "We know the F-35 was stealth, but this is ridiculous." And then earlier she tweeted, "How in the hell do you lose an F-35? How is there not a tracking device? And we're asking the public to what? Find a jet and turn it in?" So kind of the questions that are running through everyone's mind at this point.
Congress saying this. This is a member of Congress telling the Pentagon,
we're being
what
psyoped,
the fuck
guys.
are you guys doing?
We're being fucking psyoped, guys. This is fucking
In terms of
bullshit.
the list of organizations and agencies trying to help with this search, Joint Base Charleston, Marine Corps Air Station Beaufort, the Civil Air Patrol, the FAA, Navy Region Southeast. So, Jim, this is an all-out effort to find a missing fighter jet.
Yeah, that's some serious stealth technology, unintended as it may be. Warren Lieberman of the Pentagon, thanks
It's
so
like
much.
they're not asking the right questions. Like again, this is like CNN kind of doing their fake reporting shit. Like, why aren't they asking the questions about AI? Like, why aren't they asking the questions about the evidence of a freaking pilot? Like, there's just
that would be honest. That would be honest and thorough report.
you know, like. So they're asking the like low hanging fruit to attract people and be like, oh my god, what's going on here? We should be freaking the hell out. A jet's missing. Jet's not missing, guys. I'm like 100% positive the jet's not missing. Like, I mean, it just seems to me that like for a jet that expensive and with technology that we can't even wrap our heads around, to just go missing just like sounds like a convenient excuse where either an AI drill screwed up or they're trying to kind of foment chaos or like everything's working exactly as intended and they're freaking blue beaming us. They're just trying to mess with our heads. So I don't know. That entire
either way, there is not a chance in hell I trust these people. And like always, the biggest sucker is the American
Biden took it out for a spin. Sorry.
The biggest sucker in the universe, the American taxpayer.
100%.
What were people saying? Like he looks like Pac-Man?
Yeah, like the reverse Pac-Man, like because his the forehead.
His like fucking hairline. Oh my god. Yeah, you see a lot of guys like that on TV. Unfortunate. You know why that is? It's because of all the chemicals in our water.
It's because
no one's going to tell you that.
Food. It's because of
no one's ever going to tell you it's because of the chemicals in our water, the chemicals in our food. But we'll just keep living with it because we're Americans.
Yeah, a guy with a full head of dark hair having like male pattern baldness before he's like freaking 40. Like
that's completely normal. Yeah, like guy like 25% of the population's on Propecia by 22. Like,
dude, what?
No, that's not. Maybe that might not be accurate, but I know it's a lot.
I know that's a little hyperbolic, but Jesus Christ, it's probably not that far from the truth.
Yeah. There's a lot of celebrities around it, like Pete Davidson.
Well, Elon Musk got the hair plugs. He like you see him from his days at PayPal and his days of X.com. Ironically, he looks like he was balding before the age of freaking 25, and now he has like a full head of hair. So it's ridiculous to me, but I'm pretty sure that jet is. They know exactly where that jet is, and they're just fucking with us. So
it's either simulated or it's like I said, there has to be like a war game going on. That's what I'm like thinking, but
well, yeah, and that's the whole other thing is like. Why like okay, this is okay, you touch upon something that I noticed because like I try and get outside and just go for a walk every day because I'm not the most athletic person and I'm not the person who's most in shape and stuff like that. So I try and like get outside and get some fresh air and get away from the glow screen at least like once a day for like an hour or 2 hours. And I swear to God, there's freaking jets and choppers flying across Denver every single day. Okay, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Why am I hearing freaking Mach 1, Mach 2, Mach 3 jets fucking flying across the freaking skies in the middle of the day, like every day, every other day? So when you say that there's freaking war games going on, like I'm not like opposed to you kind of going in that direction because
no, there's absolutely secret military operations going on, like in the United States.
Yeah, within the continents in the US.
They were doing it in the early 2000s. So why would they not do it now?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if anybody else is in urban areas that are near military bases, but post in the comments if you actually have seen a bunch like an increase in jets or choppers or anything like that flying around your area, because I definitely have. Like maybe it's just an anecdote, but maybe
I mean in the metropolitan area where I'm in, I'm just like kind of just assuming that
you just tune it out after a while.
There's a lot of noises that happen over here, so like I'm kind of just like like half the time I'm pretty sure like is that like a gunshot, but like I'm just like Jesus, maybe not.
No, I mean that too, but that's something totally different.
Yeah, I'm ready to get out of here. I'm ready to go to like head to Croatia.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here.